Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching Ba-Bam, the political vigilante rising up with nothing but hard, fast truth bombs. Ooh, it's hard when there's so much truth out there. And Americans, some of them don't want to hear it. America is a cult. It's a cult, folks, and I'm going to show you footage. It's a cult. I hate to say it. And one of the cults we have is this never hold a politician we voted for accountable. And it's true with Obama support. I voted for Obama twice, and then I saw him drop more bombs than Bush. I saw him give almost $1 trillion to the banks, and 6 million foreclosures still happen. He didn't keep people in their homes. He didn't prosecute anybody on Wall Street, even though Iceland put their bankers in jail after the housing collapse of 2008. So I'm not in that cult. I'm not going to defend that guy, even though I voted for him. I campaigned for him in 2008. I donated money to his campaign. I phone banked for the guy. And he, oh, I'm going to get us out of these ridiculous wars. I was like, oh, Bush lied about weapons of mass destruction. Bush is evil. Bush, Cheney, all those guys, awful. Obama's going to be this new FDR. Came in, dropped more bombs than Bush, expanded the Arctic to drilling, expanded the surveillance state, built cages that people were put in. And some Obama supporters are just as culty and crazy as the Trump crowd. And I'm going to show you a video to prove it. So this is a video that recently just came out from like a day or two ago. It was put up by Mint Press News. It's on Twitter. And it's holding Obama accountable because he was in power when we got involved in the first Russia-Ukraine conflict in 2014. And now we're on the brink of World War III, and it's crazy. When Trump was in office, liberals were like, he's going to get us into World War III. You got to vote him out in 2020. And now it's like, World War III might not be a bad idea. It's people are nuts because they're so just entrenched in this red versus blue. They can't admit fault. And I don't know what to tell you. If you voted for Trump, he doesn't give a shit about you. If you voted for Obama and Biden or the Clintons, they don't care about you. The Bushes don't care about you. They're not your friends. Being critical of the person you voted for is what you should do as an American living in a so-called democracy. I don't understand this. It's such crazy behavior. So these people are going to hold Obama accountable, but for his part, I don't like what Putin has done. I always have to preface that. But this notion that America just is sitting by innocently while crazy Putin is running through Europe is just not true. I've shown you scholars and people who are experts in the region on Democracy Now! On CNN back in 2014, 2015. I showed you the 12 senators in 1998 that publicly were against a vote to expand NATO East. And in 1998, this is before Putin came to power. He came to power in the beginning of 2000. They were like, expanding NATO East, A, goes against NATO's charter because it said we weren't going to expand when NATO was created in the 50s. And B, it's going to provoke Russia. We're going to surround bases, and Russia's not going to like that. So we're so lied to and so propagandized that we just you can't be critical of Obama. And then it falls into this ridiculous reaction. So any criticism of Obama, oh, you must just be some dumb Fox News red stater. No, these are actual lefties, not neoliberals that are okay with war when the Democrats do it. When everyone was screaming about Trump putting people in cages, those cages were built by Barack Obama when he was in office. Biden's in office. We're still putting people in cages, only now we call them detention facilities. Oh, it's so much nicer. When Obama dropped more bombs than Bush, do you think the people of the Middle East were like, yay, we're finally getting bombed by the first black president? No, the American empire is the American empire. I will quote Dr. Cornel West, who said Barack Obama was just the first black leader of the American empire. Never forget that. You have to get out of this crazy red-blue, deliberate. Fox News is there deliberately. MSNBC is there deliberately to keep us divided. And what does Obama do? Hey, you don't come here and yell at people at work. We're talking about World War III, dude. All right. So here's the video. So this is, we follow Sarah. This is what they yell out. Stop provoking war with Russia. You overthrew the legitimate government in Ukraine in 2014. That's when the United States started backing the Azov Brigade, which is a neo-Nazi group. So we're all like punch a Nazi in the face, but when we're funding them in Ukraine, well, I guess it's okay. I'm tired of this insane hypocrisy. And that liberal hypocrisy is just as crazy as the goddamn Republicans who are like, our bodies ourselves during vaccine mandate time, but not a woman's. You see how crazy that sounds, right? You're a liberal, you're a pro-choice, as am I. It's crazy that so-called conservatives who are like, get the government out of our lives, but government should tell a woman what to do with her body. That's crazy hypocrisy, right? Yes, it is. It's crazy hypocrisy. It's a mental illness to think that way. So it's a mental illness to be like, we're against Nazis unless the Democrats are side with them. Then we're just going to pretend they don't exist. This is the insanity of America. This is the cult. America is a cult. And here it is. These people are legitimate protesters, and this is what happens.
Ukraine in 2014! You overthrew the legitimate Ukraine in 2014! Tell us about your plans for nuclear war with Russia! Stop provoking nuclear war with Russia! You're going to kill us with nuclear war! Russia's the enemy! Russia is not the enemy! Russia's the enemy! Stop getting us into nuclear war with Russia! No nuclear war! Victorian no independence overthrow!
Mr. President, there's more people that are going to get hurt if we go into nuclear war. Right now, we're on the verge of nuclear war thanks to what you did in Ukraine in 2014. Why won't you tell the truth?
And the crowd just starts booing him. So I guess everybody in this gym in Michigan is okay with nuclear war? One woman yells, Russia's the enemy. If we go to nukes with them, we're all dead. Do you understand that? These liberals are just as crazy dipshits as the dumb fuck Republicans. It's unreal to me. This is cult-like behavior, just like the Trump supporters.
Oh. Yeah, but we're on the verge of nuclear war. Do you care about the lives of your supporters?
They all clap, lemmings.
Before the world walked into World War. The coup of 2014 is on your doorstep. You were the one they allowed for
Liberals shouting down anti-war protesters. I just want to show you what the modern liberal is. This is why I'm not a liberal. I'm an anti-war, pro-labor socialist, because the liberals are okay with war when the Democrats do it. When people go, we've seen Mike Preisner do it, to yell at Bush and call him a war criminal, which he is, just like Obama. Liberals are like, yeah, stick it to those right-wing fascists. But so's Obama, but you don't want it. You've been drinking that Kool-Aid. His tweets are nice. It's unbelievable to me. I don't know how a guy drops more bombs than Bush and you somehow think he's this pacifist. Have you spoken, hey, liberal, hey, college-educated liberal, have you spoken to anybody in the Middle East? Not your other liberal friends that you in your cocoon, your bubble talk to. Not even your red state family member who just says Obama's a socialist. That's wrong. Obama's not a socialist. Neither is Joe Biden. I wish that they were. Have you talked to anybody? So this Sarah, I would follow her, Sarah Abdullah. She's Lebanese. and she reports and talks about all of the people in the Middle East that have been bombed and killed by, the people in the Middle East see no difference between Bush, Obama, Trump, and Biden, and the Clintons, and Dick Cheney, and John Kerry, and Kamala Harris, and Mike Pence. They see no difference. The Clintons, they see no difference. They see no difference because there isn't one. Because for them, they've been bombed and sanctioned, and their lives have been destroyed. This is how America's so insane. Boo, and they just start chanting Obama like it's a sporting event. And Obama says there's a time and place. Yeah, when is the time, dude? You had 8 years. And Biden is pushing us into World War III, which will kill everybody in this gymnasium and everyone watching this show and everyone on the earth will all die. But yeah, just face paint Obama or MAGA on your dumb head and yell like it's a sporting event.
The lives of your own supporters. Will you tell the truth for us, or will you give back your free pride?
Liberals shouting down anti-war protesters. So if you call yourself a liberal, you're not. You're just a like center-left warmonger. You're just a pro-choice warmonger. You're just a Black Lives Matter warmonger. You're against police brutality against Black people? Great. What about the military's brutality against people in the Middle East? What about starting a proxy war in Ukraine? Well, what about Russia? What about Putin? What about, yeah, he's bad, but we've helped push him into this. America bears no responsibility. You're delusional if you think that. You've been watching too much CNN and MSNBC, just like your right-wing relatives watch too much Fox and they don't know what they're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about if you watch too much MSNBC. This is insane. I cannot believe liberals are shouting down anti-war protesters. So I know we're never allowed to hold Obama accountable. Oh, we're helping. So someone's going to say, oh, Graham, those people shouting down Obama, he's stumping for Democrats. We need to win these midterms. Why? So more Democrats can we just had a bipartisan vote in Congress and the Senate, which are controlled by the Democrats. Obama had a 60-seat Senate and the Congress when his first 2 years in White House, and why he couldn't get anything done. He blamed it on the Republicans. They always have an excuse, the Democrats. There's always an excuse. We just got to get more Democrats in there. Okay. They're all going to vote for war. So will the Republicans. We've sent $70 billion to Ukraine. Gas is what, $5-6 a gallon in certain parts of the country, $3-4 a gallon in the other parts of the country. Okay. We're in a recession. We're in one. Obama didn't put any housing regulation in place, so we're going to have another housing collapse. He didn't regulate anything. Neither did Bush, because both parties are corrupt and evil. But you're okay with war if Joe Biden does it. If Trump was doing the exact same thing, everybody in that gym would be like, no war. Trump's going to kill us all killed. But if Biden gets us all killed, yay, we won. It's insanity. It's insanity. I don't know what else to say. It is crazy behavior. This is what cult people do. When you speak out against a cult member, the cult leader, you're ostracized by the people within the cult. I've been way more attacked by liberals than I have by anyone on the right. I've had some right people call me a race traitor and crazy shit like that, but this is what happens. So if you like war, if you're pro-choice and pro-war, then the Democratic Party is for you, even though they didn't even really fight for pro-choice. They could have codified Roe v. Wade. Carter could have, Clinton could have, Obama could have, Biden could have, but they won't do it. Anyway, so that's, if you still want to hang your hat on that party, I'd vote third party. I'd get rid of them. I wouldn't vote for either one of these parties. Hats off to those anti-war protesters. They're taking a ton of shit. But if you think it's okay what Obama did when he was in the White House, talk to some people in the Middle East. Watch the BBC documentary in 2015 showcasing these neo-Nazi organizations within Ukraine. The BBC did this. Are they crackpots? All right. This is what anti-war protesters get. They get booed from conservatives and liberals. Unbelievable. America is an out-of-control, bloodthirsty, warmongering empire that doesn't spend its own money on its own citizens. We spend it on the war machine. Joe Biden just got an increase. Bipartisan vote. No, there was no debate on the Senate floor. There was no fight over this. Both parties, you want more money for war? You got it. We can't fix Mississippi's water, which is $3 billion. The same day Mississippi's governor said we need $3 billion to fix our water, we sent $3 billion to the Ukraine. But you're going to be like, don't boo Obama. He's a war criminal, an articulate, nice, charming war criminal. He's way smarter than George Bush, still a war criminal. He's way more classy than Trump, still a war criminal, just like Trump. But whatever, man, keep drinking the Kool-Aid. You guys that watch this show, you woke up to this. That's why you're here. Because I'm not, is CNN going to show that interview? You had to watch it on Mint Press. I had to find it on Twitter. Maybe Fox will play, but even Fox will play it in a like, Obama didn't do war the right way. That's the only way these two parties and their media outlets argue is it's never, why are we doing war? Where are we going to get, how are we going to pay for this war? Why are we spending money on war when we should be spending it on our own infrastructure? We're 13th in the world in infrastructure. It's always, they're not doing war the right way. That's the only way these two parties and their media outlets argue is that war, the other party is not doing war the right way. That's the only way we debate it in this country. We're the crazy, evil empire that's causing all the problems. Zelensky, in January of this year, before Russia invaded, said the West is causing problems. Zelensky said that. And then Biden and NATO forced Zelensky to say, oh, we'll let NATO bases. And then 24 hours after he said, well, we're going to have bases in Ukraine with atomic warheads. That's when 24 hours later, Putin invaded. Weird. It's like he didn't want atomic weapons that were a couple minute flight to Moscow on his border with Nazis. Call me crazy. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. The defense industry spent $49 million in 2020. All right. Well, I'll show you this. I've shown you this before, but it relates to what's happening. Okay. I'll just show you this again. So first there's this. House passes the defense bill. Just so you know what this is all about. Obama kept the war machine going. Trump kept the war machine going. Biden is keeping the war machine going. House passes 839 defense bills, swatting down Biden's military plans. They gave him an extra $37 billion above his request. Okay. Why did Congress? Bipartisan, no fights, no arguments, no nothing. Senate will probably give me more money. Because the defense industry got something. They spent $49 million across all candidates running in all offices in the White House, in the Senate, and Congress in 2020. Top two recipients: Joe Biden, 3.1 million, Donald Trump, 2.7, Bernie Sanders, 837. Right? Spent a lot of money to make sure all of these people, look, independent, Republican, Democrat, Republican, right? Democrat, Republican. Look at that. Hey, there's Lindsey Graham, Pete Buttigieg. They both got around the same amount of money. Liz Warren, look at that. That's why, and the marketing machine behind this is, and keeping countries divided, that's why liberals are going to shout down anti-war protesters, because Obama got his military budget kept going up, 550, 600 billion, they kept advancing his budget. The military budget has been going up every year since 9/11. And just as a reminder, this is the country's infrastructure. There's the top two. There's the United Kingdom. Look at us, 13th. Oh, we're above Belgium. Belgium's 14th. I thought Denmark's 15th. These guys are suckers. Aha, we're number 13. We're number 13, guys. We're number 13. But if you want World War III, keep voting for one of these two parties. I'll give you the truth like nobody else will, man. That's why this is the People's Channel. That's why this is the People's Channel. All you're seeing is the diversity of the ruling elites, because the ruling elites make a shit ton of money off of war. The banks make money off of war, but no one will make money off of World War III. So, shave your knuckles for justice. Boom.